Joe?
So you've been to the range. You've taken some pistol classes. Where do you go from there to improve your skills? In studio with us is Ursula Williams, professional competitive shooter, to talk all about it.
Ooh, get ready for some exciting news, by the way. Gun Owners Radio is hosting a movie screening of The Plot Against the President. Thought it was going to be Red Dawn. All right. On June 10th, there's going to be a screening in Orange County, and on June 11th, we'll have a screening here in San Diego, and the movie there will be a Q&A session, get ready, with director Amanda Milnes. That's right, Amanda Milnes will be there with Casey Patel. Tickets will go on sale this week. Subscription to the newsletter at gunownersradio.com/subscribe to get notified as soon as the tickets go on sale. Save that date, June 10th in Orange County, June 11th in San Diego. All right, we got Ursula Williams in the house. She's been with us before. Great lady and a pretty good shooter.
Thank you for having me again.
No, it's our pleasure. So what do you got? What do you got for us today, kid?
So, competition shooting, because I get asked a lot about how to get in it, how to get better at some of the basic pistol stuff that they have, or just any platform that they own. And I always suggest competition because it's the one controlled environment where you can actually easily learn in. So competitive shooters are the biggest drug dealers anyways, so they will invite you in, give you ammo, have you, loan you their guns, and actually want you to have a solid experience.
Yeah. And it's better than just going to the range and practicing.
Yes.
Because there's some competition involved. There's a little competitiveness.
We're all competitive by nature. I mean,
and you're all shooting the same thing, a target.
Yeah, we're all shooting a target, but it's a little bit more complicated. Like you're shooting and moving, you have to actually strategize. And that was some things that Melissa learned over this weekend, actually yesterday. Yep. She told me about a USPCA match, which is a pistol match coming up on the 4th of July that she was interested in shooting. But she wanted to, kind of train for it. Mm-hmm. So I was like, well, I'll come up.
What a concept.
Right? Yeah. You should train for things like that. So I came up with the idea. I was like, hey, let's just shoot a local match and let me see what you're working with, and we can build from there. So we actually ended up shooting yesterday.
How'd she do?
She actually did good.
I wouldn't say that, but yeah.
Did you hit the target?
I hit many targets.
She hit many targets.
Okay. It could be worse.
I'm hard on myself.
She's very hard for herself for no reason. I'm like, look, she has so much potential and talent. She just needed to be nurtured, and that's what I'm doing.
And not picking on her, but isn't that kind of a detriment to yourself if you don't put a little pride and that you're doing well? Mm-hmm. Wouldn't that kind of hurt your ability to do well?
No.
I'm humble.
No, no, but the thing is, like, as long as you don't give up, as long as you finish,
as long as you don't give up, that's the point.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. So be hard on yourself.
So one thing I told her, and I also tell other new shooters, everybody had to start somewhere. Everybody sucked in the first couple times they tried something.
Is that right, Joe?
Oh, and that's great, and that's what you have to keep in mind too.
Because Joe shoots all the time.
Some of us suck longer, but yeah, everybody started where you are, so you shouldn't be intimidated and that kind of stuff. Because the thing, what you were talking about with competitive shooting, when I do, once we get back to normal here, I do a couple of concealed carry seminars each month explaining the process to people, and I always suggest that they try out competitive shooting because just going to the range shooting just isn't enough. And if you do the competitive shooting, and it's not what a lot of people think it is, it's not all crazed people like Ursula that are all hardcore doing this stuff. I mean, there's a lot of just everyday relaxed people there that are just shooting. But when you shoot competitively and you handle the firearm regularly like that under time pressure with other people, you get good at like fixing, unless you shoot a Glock, you get good at fixing
malfunctions.
And, and that's stuff you need to know if you're going to carry. Mm-hmm. And that's the best way to learn that and have a bunch of fun while you're doing it.
Yeah. So not just learning malfunctions, but you actually learn, your target acquisition, sight picture, sight alignment, trigger press. You're actually perfecting the fundamentals and being able to do that on the move, which is something that you will have to do in a self-defense situation. Like if, let's just say I do get into a shooting or I'm attacked, whatever, it's not going to be like Rock'em Sock'em Robots where I'm just standing in the same place just throwing fists.
You can't tell that guy to stay right there for a second.
There.
Just don't move.
Like, don't move.
Don't move. I'm new at this.
because this is what I practice at a
Yeah.
regular square indoor range.
Yeah,
where I'm
so
just
don't
shooting at
go
one
anywhere
target.
because I can't hit you.
No, you're gonna move. You're seriously gonna move.
Yeah, and the other thing too that's great with that is you'll shoot with people all the way from beginners up to grandmasters on your squad. And in my experience, I mean, they're all friendly. They're all willing to help because they've all been where you're at. And it's just a great way to learn. I mean, it's just a great experience.
I
Everybody
just
should do it.
I just have to throw this in. This reminds me of motorsports. You go to a racetrack, you take your race car, you go out on the dirt. You may not know what you're doing, but there's other people out there that do. They'll come in, they'll put you under their arm. Here, you need to do this. You need to adjust that. You need to stand that. It's exactly the same thing, except you're just shooting and race tracks, race cars. But it's almost the same thing.
Yeah. So anything you start new, new hobby, new whatever, you're going to be nervous, you're going to be anxious, you're going to have all these crazy expectations of yourself. But until you do it a little more frequent, you're more comfortable.
Then you're good.
Then you're good. So like when I first started podcasting, man, I was getting like cotton mouth. I was nervous. I was just so anxious. And now it's like, oh, you know what? I'm just talking to regular people. It's easy.
Well, you're absolutely right. And yeah, you can keep beating hard on yourself. It's okay.
But the thing is, like, I would say this now. So my very first competition, my goal was just to beat one person. That was my goal. That was it. Because I'm still competitive. I don't want to be like last place, regardless of who you are. Nobody wants to be last place. So I was like, I need to beat one person.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I did. I beat one person. So using that same goal for Melissa, I'm like, just in my head, I'm like, she needs to beat one person.
Yeah.
Because
That was my goal. My goal was
But
to
she
not
beat
come in
6.
last.
Well, I think
I didn't come in
that's
last.
kind of
No, she
like
did.
beating one person.
Yeah, she beat 6 people. I'm like, all right, that
I
was
didn't come in last.
way better than my goal. My
So
first goal.
where'd you come in?
It was like 102,
Out of how many?
like
108.
108. Yeah.
That's okay though.
Yeah.
That's okay.
102
So,
out of
okay.
108. Now,
Okay, so
had you ever
I
done
know-
that before?
I have done the matches before, but I rarely do them, so I'm not really seasoned at it, and that's why I had my coach with me. But
Right.
it's like 1 to 2 matches. I'm not going to get used to it like everybody else does, and they're running and gunning super fast, and they can keep up the time. And that's the name of the game. It's a different beast. This is about speed over accuracy.
And both.
It is both, but I mean more speed than accuracy.
Well,
Yeah.
you
You gotta do both.
That makes a difference when you're really fast. There are people that
Yes.
are really fast, so they can miss a little bit.
Yep.
When
So-
you're shooting at our level, if you start missing a little bit, it's not good because you're not really fast yet.
I'm not fast, so I'm accurate, but I'm not fast. So when I'm accurate and not fast, that drops me down like really, really low. So
But that's what your coach told you, right? Is to keep shooting faster until you're not accurate,
Like,
and
keep
then you'll
moving.
know where you're supposed to be.
I tread that. There's a fine line because if I find that I want to keep my accuracy, but I want to speed it up, and as soon as I start speeding it up, I start to lose the accuracy. So I have to tread that
And
fine
the
line.
coach
practice.
and the coach would say,
Yep, we're just going to practice that. We're going to practice you being accurate faster.
right.
So that means you need to get on target faster. That means you need to learn how to, press that trigger straight faster. So there's little ways that you can actually speed up just the things that you're already doing. Mm-hmm. But it all has to come together.
But you can't eat an elephant in one bite.
Nope.
You
not
got
one
to
bit.
do little bits at a time, and it's going to be frustrating, and it's going to be I know people that go back to my racetrack that have raced for 15 years and never won. Never won. That would make me crazy. I don't know if my heart could do that.
Yeah.
But you have to have that in your mind that, like you said, I just got to beat one more. Just
Gotta
gotta
have a goal.
Just got to have a goal.
Yep.
And you got to have, yeah.
Well, see,
It's
and
almost like
that's
beating
that mind.
myself too. It's like I'm going to beat my old time
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
or my old.
If you go
place
the other
six.
way around, then you got to go to your coach and say, okay, what am I doing? I'm going
Well,
backwards.
I
I'm
know
not
that I
going
ain't
forward.
beating no grandmasters right now,
Well,
so
no,
it's like
no,
I'm
no.
not going to beat myself from last time. I was like, okay, well, I sucked even.
But just
worse
think,
last time.
but just think when you do beat a grandmaster, what are you going to say? You're going to look back on today and laugh
Yep.
and say, I can't.
And that was super important of why she had to get match video. I'm like, we're going to record everything you
Ah.
do so you can look back on it. I still have videos of my first couple of matches, and like they are
terrible.
excruciating to watch. I'm like, whoa, I sucked. Oh man, like
I spent
I've got those
money to
videos.
do that.
I was like, I did this. Oh my god, like I was dumb. Like, and we're all pretty hard on ourselves. But by being able to look at video, see what you did wrong, because it's one thing for me to tell you to stop doing something, but it's another thing for me to show you
Ooh,
what you're
that's
doing,
yeah.
and then show you how to correct it.
Yeah.
So we have the technology. Why not use it?
Yeah.
So, but I like being able to look back like, whew, I learned a lot over the years to get to where I'm at.
Melissa, this would be a good time for you to go get a diary. I'm dead serious. And start after
notes.
this match. I want you to write down what you did, what you didn't do. And every match, you keep writing it down. Keep writing it down and keep writing it down. Because I guarantee you, tell me if I'm wrong, Vanessa, after a while, not only will that book be a bestseller, but it'll be a good teaching tool for other people.
That's
so
true.
what I have people do is for, especially with major matches that I give out a match booklet, I have them write down 3 things that they did well, because a lot of people like to harp on the bad stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like write down 3 things that you did well and 3 things you need to work on. And right there, you already know, cool, I need to work on this.
Right.
Now, after the next match, you write down the same things that you need to work on that you wrote down from the previous match. That means you're not really putting in any work. And that's super important. Like, if you're not growing, that means you're not doing anything. You're just showing up to be showing up.
Like during the ammo shortage, it's kind of hard to practice as much as you'd like to or that you need to. So that's why it's like, you know what, I really need to do a lot of dry fire.
There's ways around that. Yeah, it's dry fire. There's ways
dry
around that.
firing.
Yeah,
Everybody's blaming ammo, just like people are blaming COVID instead of the government. Like, look, calm down here. Like, stop.
Yeah, because
like,
dry
no,
fire,
you can
dry fire will make you better. Because
Yep.
there's certain, I know, but see, she is hard on herself. She's coming up with excuses.
Nope,
Well,
no excuses. I
there's
was just about to say
different
something. Melissa gave me the disclaimer. She was like, you can't really cuss on the show. I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
I was
right.
just about to say,
But no,
excuses are like buttholes, and
Yeah,
everybody
right.
got one, so stop, all right?
That's right, and they all stink, every one of them. No.
I caught myself. I'm proud of myself right now. I set a goal.
And you have to be able, and I love the fact that she's the coach that she is. Because she could cater to you all day long. It's nothing to her, right?
Oh, she will tell
Well,
me.
yeah, because you won't
She'll
learn
tell me.
anything.
Yeah.
You won't
Yeah.
learn anything.
Which is fine. That's why we get along so well. We're
Yeah.
like,
See, Joe's all fired up now. He wants to
we're
go
like
do some
sisters.
competitive shooting.
I'll take Joe out next time I'm here. I can
Yeah.
call you Joe, right? All right. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
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 I live here,
Yeah.
so I can take you out too.
Well, and I think, and I'm only saying it because Joe's going to be running for governor. This is a community that because if this community knows you've got their back,
Oh, yeah.
you've got more votes
Yep.
than you're going to
So,
know
I'm
what to
telling you
do
right
with.
Outside of your super rich Californians that you normally see,
Yeah.
the next richest community
The gun guys.
is the gun guys.
That's why I don't have more guns.
Yeah, there's better show off air than there is on. By the way, folks, did you know some people enjoy taking time to clean their guns and going to the range? Then there's people that just want to clean their guns and get on with life. Well, if you're in the second group, Seal One is for you. Seal One CLP Plus is an all-in-one solution that cleans, lubricates, and protects your guns. It's also natural, non-toxic, and environmentally friendly. Pick some up at Gunfighters Tactical over on Miramar Road, or ask for it by name at your local shop if they don't have it. Clean your guns faster and better with Seal One. Use the code GOR25 for a 25% off your first order on their website at seal1.com. All right, we're going to go back to Ursula Williams again and Melissa Lee, and we're talking competitive shooting. Melissa and Ursula were down in Campo for a competition.
Corona.
What? I thought it was Chino.
I thought it was Vegas.
Is it Chino?
Chino it is. I think that's
They
what
were
Providence
Chino
shooting
Hills.
No.
someplace. We're not sure
Starts
where.
with a C.
Chino Hills.
Chino Hills.
We're at Prado Olympic Shooting Center doing our competition, and the gun club that we were shooting with is called Oh Shoot.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, shoot. Yep.
Oh, shoot.
How
So I have to-
Those
clever.
guys.
I have to
How
say
clever.
shout out to Bart and Tom
Mm-hmm.
for being so hospitable to us. So
Oh,
thank
yeah.
you guys.
It was amazing.
You guys put on such a great match. The match has the best stages.
There was there were great stages.
Did you like it, yours, Ursula?
So yes, so a stage is a course of fire, and they were very technical, which was good. So especially during the ammo crisis, a lot of people trying to preserve ammo but still go out and shoot. By putting on like a technical match, that just pretty much means that you have to be in certain places at certain time to hit certain targets. But
so no waste.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. How'd you do in the match?
I finished what we call mid pack, which is in the middle.
I didn't hear a number.
71.
71.
71. Get it right. 71.
Well,
Like-
okay. So to me,
I'm like, all right, that's bottom of mid pad,
Well,
I'll take it.
No, but you were 108, right?
No, I wasn't 108. I was 102.
Okay, you're
Don't
102.
me
Yes.
short.
But to be fair, that's overall. So what overall pretty much means is that every single division that was there, just all in a one scoring thing.
Yeah.
I don't look at the overall. I look at my individual division because like those are the guys I'm really competing against. I'm not competing against people that run super race guns. I'm
Gotcha.
like just running
So
what we call
division
limited.
What
I'm
division? You're
limited. Yeah.
Okay.
And Melissa was shooting carry optics, which means she had a red dot on her pistol. And I'm like, well, to me, I'm
She also
kind of
had a-
old school. Like, I don't really like dots on my pistols
She also
yet.
had a lot of company.
Huh?
She also had a lot of company.
Oh,
She
yeah.
had carry optics.
How many
Everybody
people
Yes.
were in this whole competition altogether, would you say?
What was it?
It was 108.
108? Yeah.
Oh,
That was
108.
on the score? Yeah.
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 Yeah, so.
Okay. Well,
I'm like, I'm okay with
you,
that.
I wasn't going to put you on the spot, but I was
Oh,
waiting for
no.
you to say 2,
So, like-
3. That's what I was waiting for.
I had high hopes too. So like, no, I think
Tom won. He was first place.
yeah,
Congratulations,
Tom Miller. Cool. He was actually running what we call limited major. I was running limited minor. That just pretty much means the ammo that we're shooting, the velocity, the grain, all that type of stuff
Gotcha.
comes out with power factor. Like a little bit of math involved, but I was shooting 9 mil going about 900 feet per second.
Okay.
Whereas he's shooting 40 cal, so he has that bump there going a little bit faster than mine. So he got more points for his hits versus I did.
Gotcha.
So USPSA, which is United States Practical Shooting Association, those matches are they're very well ran. You learn a lot. You also not only will learn a lot about shooting, but you'll learn a lot about yourself because Melissa going into it, she had expectations. She also had questions. Like, what were your expectations and some of the questions that you had?
My expectations, not gonna lie, was to not come last. And I did. I met those expectations.
Well,
I
and
didn't
that-
come in last.
And that's the key.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
And,
again, those are challenging matches to start off. Because when I did the first time I did that, you guys are. That's why Ursula got so good so fast. Because you went in your first match, I'm going to beat somebody. I went into my first match. I don't want to shoot anybody. I don't want to shoot myself, and I don't want to get disqualified. So I met my goals on my first
I
match.
didn't get DQ'd.
Yeah, didn't DQ'd or disqualified for doing something unsafe. No, you did pretty good.
I like Joe's goals really
Oh, yeah.
well. I really like Joe's goals as well. I would do the same thing.
And she also has some discoveries. Like, so she was running a CZ,
SPO1.
SPO1, which is a very fancy gun. But since Melissa has a little bit smaller hands and even the length of her thumb, the gun, the grip itself is a little bit too big for her. So now that was like a discovery. Now she has to like find a way to modify that grip to fit her hand better. So she has a little bit more control of that gun that she can run actually faster and harder. So that was a discovery there.
And you've shot with that gun before, right?
I've been shooting with that gun for like 2 years now.
And-
And I've known that. And I just have to find the right grips, which are going to be lower profile. So it's just going to take me time to find them. So
Well, if you want to get 106, I bet you have to go get a new grip.
yeah.
Or 101. I'm sorry, you did 102, right? So if you want to move up, you got to get that. It's like driving an engine with 6 cylinders and it's an 8.
That's right. You know cars. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
So you got to get that 8-cylinder, otherwise you're just going to be mid-pack.
Then also she discovered that the red dot she was running, the window is a little bit too small for her. So she needs to go to a much bigger profile of a red dot.
Did you know that too?
Yes, I already bought my new optic.
But I mean,
See?
did you know that without the coach?
Yes.
Because she was like, I'm having problems finding my dot. I'm like, well, then that means your window's
And
too
it's
small.
like sitting too high, so I have to get a slide cut. And then I was like, oh, if I go to CC Customs, it's like 8 to 12 week turnaround for a slide cut. And I'm like, that means I won't have my
I would just buy
gun
a
for
new
the.
gun. I would just buy a new gun.
I won't have my gun for 4th of July.
No,
yet.
no, you will if you buy a new gun.
No, just go buy a new gun.
Just
I
buy a
am
new
not-
gun. Just sell it.
I don't have
Maybe.
that kind of money.
You can sell it. I say so.
No.
Trade
Okay,
in.
that's another thing too.
Trade
When
in.
you're a shooter or like a serious shooter, you're like one of the best like gun flippers in the market because you're like, oh cool, I don't want this gun anymore, so I'm gonna sell it so I can buy this one.
Nope, I am not. I learned my lesson. I am never selling a gun again. I will buy another one, but I
What?
will never sell a gun again.
Why?
I'm gonna hoard all my guns that I have.
No.
I'm
Are
just
you
I
gonna
mean, granted,
nervous?
I can't lie.
Well, because of COVID,
Are
like
you
how hard it
nervous?
was to like buy guns. I'm not gonna give up a perfully good CZSPO1. That's madness.
Even if it doesn't fit, it doesn't shoot,
no,
you can't
it
see
will
the
fit
sights.
fine. I've been practicing with it for 2 years.
Listen
now.
to the
I can
coach.
find-
I know.
Listen
I
to
can
the
find
coach.
Detail. I can find detail that
get
gun.
smaller grip. Let's do this. Start with smaller grips.
Yeah.
Then we'll run it, and then if it doesn't work out, we'll sell it.
No, smaller grips, and I got to change my optic.
Yeah. And then if it doesn't work, you sell
You
it.
sell it. So there's no. That's like having a pair of shoes that hurt your feet all the time.
Oh yeah, but she's not selling them shoes, dude. Those are the coolest shoes on the planet. I ain't
Nope, get
selling
rid of them. Get rid of them. Just get rid of
You'll
it.
have to go in for foot surgery. It'll cost
Have,
$10,000.
Bunions and real stuff. Like, look, I'm telling you.
How
just
about
do it.
you hook me up on a staccato, and then we'll talk.
Whew, man, that's.
I think you want to be hooked up on a
She's sponsored by
staccato, right?
Staccato,
Is that on the roster out here, though?
It is not on the roster. I
Aha,
already looked.
yeah, so it's made in the last decade or
Melissa,
two, right?
you're moving to Arizona.
yes.
Did I tell you?
You just,
I
yeah.
know that's the first place if I ever to move from California to anywhere
No,
else.
You know what's
would be
funny?
Arizona,
Joseph's
but
going
I'm
to
not
get
gonna do
elected.
it.
We're going to fix all that, right?
That's
Yes.
right.
That's
Yeah.
I
right.
don't plan. I
That's
love this state.
Yeah.
More reason to move. We're making a stand in
Yeah.
California.
So you think you could do something with this silly roster?
Silly roster. Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think, we the people see right now that this is definitely a sham.
Yeah.
One of my biggest points is going to be driving home that we are going to have to reelect a governor in 2022. I think right now this is weakening the steam of the recall. I think that's why the deep state capital is even letting this go forward, is because whoever wins, they're going to have to spend half of that time that they have in office re-campaigning, right? So what better way to blow up the steam of the recall and make it look like the people behind it are just wasting our time and money than to put in a joke or a rhino or somebody that has the Democrats, back in office in
Never even
2022.
thought of that.
So, yeah, this is my rhetoric. I'm going to be speaking this all up and down the state for the next 6 months.
Wow.
That's awesome.
You sound committed. I like that. Well, because I don't know if
Well,
you
I'm
know.
determined. I'm not committed. I'm not in the crazy house yet.
Yeah, that's good. Well, because I don't know if you know that if a gun manufacturer changes the color of the gun, it can't be on the roster.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is
Color.
So, that is so
It's
dumb.
full blown extortion of the gun industry.
You
is what it
think?
is. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All day.
Don't get me excited. So anyway, you're back on the track. You're
Yeah, well, I'm back out there again with a coach, which was nice.
when's
so,
your next match?
4th of July. Well,
Probably we'll find something between now and then. Just
Yeah.
a kind of a tune up, make sure she's dry firing, she's doing what she's supposed to do. So it's always good to have another like practice match before the main match.
Sure.
Just to make sure you're on track.
Yeah.
Make sure everything is good. Your
It's
dry
like
fire is good.
practice and
Yeah.
go to the track and you practice
Yep.
and make sure you got your car set up the way you
Make sure
want it.
everything's good to go.
And then you go out and you run like crazy and
Yes.
run with
Yep.
it.
See, that's
Exactly.
what's nice about the Lemon Grove matches, because when I was shooting regularly up at the Prados at the USPSA matches, I would shoot every other Saturday there. Then the off Saturdays, I would shoot at the matches we have up at our club in Alpine. And those are nice. They're only 4 stages usually. The stages aren't quite as elaborate, and it's a really good place to push yourself and tune up and train. So I used to use those as training for the other ones. So it's a great way to shoot.
That's a
every
good
day.
idea.
is that different from the hybrid match that I've been going to with you?
They're slightly different. So, but I mean, it's
Because
more or
what-
less.
that's
People tell me
4
they're different.
stages?
To me, I can't tell.
But
They're
isn't a
usually
match
4 stages.
isn't a
That's
match a
six.
match a
Yeah.
match a match?
So
No.
'Cause
Yes.
it's all about shooting in practice. Shooting in
true.
practice.
However, one thing I kind of like to do is a little bit of recon. So if there's a match that's going to be at a range, like a major, so I have no problem shooting the local there because that's going to give me an idea of what that match is going to be.
I see.
So I can actually prepare a little bit more for technical matches, if
Gotcha.
that makes sense.
Oh yeah, it does. it
Especially
does.
since I'm already in the head of the main match director, the person who's actually designing the stages. Just by
Gotcha.
going to some of the smaller matches they put
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Because typically they're going to pull something from one of their lower level matches, so a standard local match, and put it in the major, probably make it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah. So,
So-
it won't be a big surprise.
It won't be a big surprise,
It'll be a
yeah.
little surprise, but
Yeah.
not a big surprise.
Yeah, and you can expect like, okay, so it says he did, so many swingers. We say swingers. There's like a metal target that would activate a paper target swinging.
Gotcha.
So like since I already know this match director is a fan of those, I can expect a lot of those. So one of my practice points is going to be doing a lot of swingers.
I'm not touching that.
Thanks for watching this clip from Gun Owners Radio. You can watch us live every Sunday from 4 to 6 p.m. California time, right here on our YouTube channel, or if you're in the San Diego area, you can listen to us on 1170 a.m. We're also available on your favorite podcast platform for free. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that you can help restore and protect the Second Amendment, not just in California, but across the country.